Welcome to Pivoted Computer Education. Today, we want to start a very key project in cybersecurity and ethical hacking, which is lab practical web exploitation using Blue suits. If you're a cybersecurity professional or you're new into cybersecurity, I think this is a great opportunity for you because we will be taking it very bit by bit, step by step, for you to understand what we are going to be doing on this tutorial. And also, I'm going to be a little bit slow, but not too fast, because it's going to be more of practicals. It just be a little explanation, and it's going to be series by series. So don't rush, follow us step by step. The first thing we're going to be talking about is HTTP and HTTPS, TCP, understanding web application architecture, lab setup on Linux, configure browser proxy to BlueSuit, installing BlueSuit, brute force attack, cross scripting, broken control session management, SQL injection, authentication session and management, and business rounds. So we are going to be seeing the first thing we are going to be seeing here is what is HTTP. HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Now, when it comes to web application, what is the function of HTTP? HTTP stands between a browser and a client and a server. When you goes to we open a browser, we notice that most of the browser either have HTTP on the URL. Now, HTTP transfer your message, your request from a client to a server. And maybe, for instance, you are searching for www.google.com. It is the HTTP that enables that information to get to the server, then respond back to you. That's what is called response and request and what response. Process of you, and we also have what is called get and post. So that process of you making typing in your URL, you're actually making what a request to the server. And when the server give you an information, you are doing what you have a response back from the server. Now, this is a typical example. You can see like this now. If you see, we have HTTP. Now, anything you want to browse now, if it must have this H word, HTTP, HTTP, which send information. Now, in that process also, we also have this, it said we also have what's called, now, HTTP transmit data in a plain text, meaning it is unencrypted and vulnerable to interception. That means HTTP is not secure. It send a transmit message in terms of what a plain text. It transmit data in plain of what it a plain text. So it's encrypted and is vulnerable for what interception. We're going to be talking about what mean by interception, what mean by vulnerable, based on if you're hacking a cybersecurity student or you have been, you must know what is called vulnerable and what is called crypt and uncrypted. So let's go to the next one. We have HTTPS. Now, what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? HTTP is encrypted. That means it transmits data in a encrypted word exchange. Now, which by HTTPS does not what transmit data in HTTP transmit data in a plain text. So that is mostly actually the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Now, if you look at, you say how it works, HTTP add a layer of a security typically used, which is what SSL and TSL certificate to encrypt the data exchange between the client and the web server. Now, this is the reason why when we want to use a Bluetooth, we we have to do what install what we call a Bluetooth certificate that will enable us to bypass any SSL. So that our HTTPS, that the essence of what HTTPS is encrypted. One HTTP is HTTP send a message in a plate format, whereby HTTPS is what encrypted to send a data through the through the server. Now we have what is called TCP. TCP is a short transmission control protocol. It's a communication standard that enables application programs and computer devices to exchange data. In this case, HTTP before a client and server can exchange an HTTP request shall respond. They must establish a TCP connection first. Therefore, HTTP reply lies on the TCP standard in order to successfully do its job. Now, TCP lies HTTP lies on TCP. That means we have what is called three-way acknowledgement. Before HTTP begin to transmit data from a client to server, the mobile word a establishment of what connection, which is what is said is safely what protocol. What is protocol in network? A protocol the governed way a data be exchanged through the network. Now that is what TCP does. It establish a connection between a client and the server before an HTTP or HTTPS can able to transmit data. That means HTTP or HTTPS rely on the transmit on TCP to function. Without the establishment of connection, there will be nothing like there will be nothing like exchange of data between a client and a server. Now, understanding web application. Now,